Welcome back, man, to another episode to Road to a King. Can all my fellas please rise up? So listen, today's topic is going to basically break down the differences, right, of two different types of men. So this video is going to be for everybody across the board, okay? So for the ladies to know who they're dealing with and for the fellas to know who they are. And so what we're breaking down today is the difference from a bachelor to a player, okay? Two aspects and two different titles of that gets sandwiched together, and really are some differences. Those are a couple similarities. There's a couple major differences that key points two different types of men on two different spectrums. Okay. So a bachelor is somebody like we already know, like we watch the show The Bachelor on TV, right? So a bachelor is gonna be somebody who's already well off, who regardless of he's already going to be well off regardless, okay? He's already more so settled down his path of his purpose. He just haven't necessarily found the companion to share it with, nor maybe he had the time to spend it with, nor it may not have been an interest, whatever his reasons are, okay? From a player is somebody who may not be as well off, or what I mean by that is may not be so secured into them that they find their fulfillment rather than in their own personal work and achievements. They make the hunt on what they acquire from that their personal achievement. Like that's their accolades. Okay. So those are automatically just two different size spectrums. So now we're teeter-tottering. Just from that alone, we should separate and split the crowd down the middle. All right. So number one. Okay, the difference between the two. A bachelor is going to be somebody who's going to be automatically more honest. Okay, and a player is somebody who's still going to be lying and still going to be conniving just to fit his way into the direction he's wanted to go in. Okay, so from a bachelor who is going to be more open and more honest in what he wants, what he's looking for, his desires and his ambitions, a player is going to fluctuate from that, and he's going to give you more so what you want, and rather than what a bachelor maybe give you what you need. Okay. Number two, a bachelor is more so just them, like how they are, how they carry themselves, their likes, their interests are them. Okay. Rather than a player, he has multiple hats and multiple personalities, and that so he can attract who he may want at that particular moment. Okay, so he's playing the acting game rather than a bachelor is just being plain Jane, just him. So those who are attracted to him are attracted to him for him. So you ask 7 different people about who is that guy, you're gonna get the same answer across the board. Okay, from a player, you ask several different people who he dealt with about him, you're going to get several different types of men. So you don't know what you're pulling from a hat. From a bachelor, you know upfront what you're getting. So in the end, hey, let's say it may not go in the direction you're wanting in. Right? But in the end, you're going to know, man, he told me this. He was open about this. Different from a player who he may lead you down up a creek with no paddles and a hole in the boat. You know? Number 3. So another difference that separates a bachelor from a player, that's just going to be their total lifestyle, like their total persona is going to be different. You know what I'm saying? So from the ways, from the ways how their approach, from the how they want to spend their time. And that's the third one. So how the both men spend their time is going to be different. Okay, from a bachelor's time, it's not going to want to be wasted. Okay, it's going to be more valued on how long he spends it and when he spends it. Okay, and his accessibility, meaning how much you can access it, may be more limited, but he's going to let you know that, right? Rather than a player who has a lot more time to dwindle in the areas he sees fit, right? So his organization on what holds value in his life changes per the per the situation, or the, let's say, call it the hunt, right? So called, depending what season it is for him, fluctuate where and how he's spending his time. Okay, and that's the main thing. So fellas, really just sit back and think kind of who you are or who you want to be. Think about different examples. I mean, I can go on and on really to break down the difference of just the two different types of men in certain situations. And one of them being just this, to clarify it all. All right. So there's a bachelor and a player, right? Jimmy and John. Okay. Jimmy's a bachelor. Jimmy's attracted to Shanquelle. Shanquelle's an IT tech. Right? Shanquelle is beautiful. Brown skin, curly hair, you know, slim in the waist, thick in the thighs, side of rice. You know what I'm saying? So when Jimmy approaches Shanquelle, Jimmy is Jimmy. Jimmy's a carpenter. Jimmy loves his hands. He loves his work. So when he approaches Shanquelle, he's not all of a sudden studying cyber communications and cyber security at that point in time. No, his interests aren't internal affairs to protect the government from being hacked from ISIS. No, he's not talking to you that made interest you. When Shanquelle got interested in Jimmy, it was from how Jimmy was Jimmy. John approaches Shanquelle. John is a mechanic, okay, with no interest in computers until he meets Shanquelle, and now all of a sudden he knows it all. And fellas, we all got them damn friends who, depending on the lady they talking to, that's them all of a sudden. And ladies, we know y'all met the men who, you know, God dang well that's not them. They around here faking they becoming somebody who they not, just to try to get between some thighs that they have no business even messing with. And those just automatically just the two differences. Hey, there's some faults and there's some goods in both aspects of them. But for the main thing, we just got to really define out who we are, and let's not confuse up the men on who they not and who they are. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know in the comments, for real. Y'all interact with me. Y'all let me know y'all the questions, the concerns, the worries, what y'all liked and what y'all didn't, because we're going to keep this thing flowing like the river dam. You feel me? We're all royal and we all kings. So everybody just stay true and be you, and we're going to live good down this royal path on this road to a king.
Now the same cat driving Jaguars, open